Hey, hello. Hello, I'm your host, KD Stafford, and this is Austin Maynard. Uh, this is the Generic Paranormal Show. So, we got a lot to talk about tonight with the AI demon, apparently, that we've ran into. Not us personally, but I guess you could say
You
that.
ran
Yeah,
into it.
I ran into it. Well, I didn't actually run into it. I ran into a video. So
Yeah, you found it.
I
Came
found
across
that
the video.
other people had ran into it, and I thought it was interesting. Now, this is not the kind of demon that stalks you and haunts your dreams. Oh, I don't know. It could haunt your dreams. Could haunt your dreams. It could haunt your dreams. It
Well,
could.
that one guy said that people were losing sleep at night, so I don't know.
Right.
You
Yeah. I
know,
mean, yeah. Obviously, it is haunting some people's dreams. So it is what it is, right?
apparently,
Well, so,
apparently.
but I know some of y'all are sitting out there thinking, "What in the hell is this guy talking about?" Well, I'm just going to show you a little bit. I'm going to skip through this video piece by piece here. Video from Some Ordinary Gamers. He's pretty good. I watch him. He talks about a lot of tech stuff on YouTube. On the
Huh?
tube. Okay, so here we go.
Artist.
And this demon is named Loeb or Loab, I guess you could call it. Loeb.
Yeah,
Uh,
Loeb.
yeah, and so I'm just gonna play this, kind of get you going. All right, so
Get
here
us
we
some
go.
On September
Loeb.
6th, Twitter user Super Composite, who's a multimedia artist, musician, and Lobemancer, created this thread. I discovered this woman who I call Loeb. In April, the AI produced her more easily than most celebrities. Her presence is persistent, and she haunts every image she touches. Content warning: take a seat. This is a true horror story, and veers sharply macabre.
So yeah, as you can see there, that's two different AI images. And for those of you who don't know, there are AI art programs out there, apps, websites where you can go. There's software where you can actually type in a prompt and into the little box, and it will produce an image based on what you typed in. So let me get the chat up here so I can see what everybody's saying. Hey, Kimmy Corpse. Um, so yeah, so here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at AI art once again, but we're going to look at what is, in fact, the darker side, the creepier side, and what might be one of the AI's first, if you will, auto-generated creepypastas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we come to the internet, obviously AI images are kind of like the rage these days. There's a lot of people making them. There's a lot of tools out there that you can use to create AI-generated imagery that can make for some amazing things. Some of them have even won entire competitions. And of course, there's a big debate as to if AI art is actually even real art. Now, I'm not here to talk about the ethics or the debates of it. I'm actually over here. This character
Okay,
is
there we go.
persisting through a lot of negatively weighted prompts on AI art tools. So to understand, let's start off with what exactly is going on. So to understand, if you use any tool, like for instance, Midjourney, for instance, you realize that when you're making a prompt, you have to do /stream, enter your keywords, and then what happens is in order to make lobe,
So what he's talking about here is
things
making a
truly
negative
are meant to
prompt.
provide you the polar opposite of what you're looking for. Now, for instance, if they typed in Brando, ::1, they're trying to get the polar opposite of Marlon
Marlon
Brando.
Brando.
The composite posted Digita Pintix Skyline logo, ::1. When this prompt was inserted, 4 images were generated. And these images weren't exactly, the best, if you could imagine. They all had some.
Yeah, this is weird, and he's gonna say it, but this is weird because you have what's up, Brian? This is weird because all these look similar, right? They have similar facial structures, and I don't think this is not that out of the way. This is not that crazy to be like, oh, I got 4 pictures and they had the women look the same in all of them. Because I use this AI art software a lot, and I've got lots of times you can generate one picture, you can generate multiple pictures, and lots of times I've generated multiple pictures and they all had some kind of similarities. So it's not that uncommon.
some disfigurement to them.
Oh,
They all had a similar looking woman, similar facial features, although there are a few things off, faces being mangled, eyes rendered improperly, you get it. But of course, one of them had this image, Loeb, on it as well too. The image is of a slightly older woman, and of course, they've got a the only thing similar to them is, of course, their cheek pattern. It's got it's highly red over here, a bit triangular. There's a few similarities, but they're all of this slightly
Some
older
in the
woman
eyes
that's
and
slightly
the nose,
disfigured, and almost each depiction
mouth
of
for sure.
this negative prompt. Now, Stable Diffusion, first coined from what I understand to be a group known as and prompts provided. Okay, we've seen this time and time. There's a lot of data provided to this and a lot of sets of fusion is actually a new state of the off of the cloud. So things like DALL-E AI. And the best part is you can even run the Intel ARC cards as well. Just run this off of your actual GPU locally if you run a session. And of course, these guys are working on tons of different projects, but this is generally where this new breed of artificial intelligence art comes from. Now, of course, it's in even these models that it seems as though that this lobe sticks through. And of course, you can identify it as the older looking woman with the rosy.
Yeah, that's nightmare fuel, bro. That right there. What's up, Richard? Tim?
Sounds like it's just that program.
Pure nightmare fuel. Well, let's see. Is it just that one program?
Triangular cheeks.
Of
course, if this image doesn't keep you awake at night, well, you might have some problems. No matter what, when it comes to Loeb, you can see that Loeb actually does transcend through numerous prompts. So again, it's a negative weighted prompt, but if you can see,
dude, this one right here, what the F, bro? What the fuck? What is that? What is this? This is nuts. This up here, it looks like AOC. All right.
The negative weight always leads to this one character showing up. The same older looking woman, the same rosy cheeks, triangular, but of course, depending on what prompt you're providing, there are different variations to it. Some of these variations can get so dark that they borderline on snuff pornography, depending on what model you use. This, for instance, is like some...
Oh, God, that is terrible. Ultra high color gamut, Technicolor, HDR, vivid, stunning color palette, plus no dull, plus a previous output of Loeb, Angel, Mind Freak, larval form. Loeb, Angel, Mind Freak was that Chris Angel? Didn't he have a show called Mind Freak?
Yeah. Although it sounds like people are actually just trying to generate these images, and so this is what they get, and they're calling it a demon.
Yeah, but so is that summoning a demon though?
No, that's a computer program.
So what?
Actually written to create the same image, especially if it's just that one program. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think we need to verify if it's just the one program or if it's across all, like a bunch of independent ones, because then I would be more sold on the fact that it's an entity that's putting itself.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a specific entity. I'm not saying even that it's an entity that you're like summoning from hell or something like that, right? It could be that it could be kind of like what we talked about on the last show, which is like how urban myths kind of give themselves life, or something could step into the shoes of a place that has been created for them by urban legends, right?
Yeah.
Mind Freak form. So according to Super Composite, this is Technicolor, HDR, high dynamic range, vivid, stunning color palette, obviously, no dull, a previous output again of Loeb, Angel, Mind Freak, larval form. So again, there's multiple different versions of it. Now, if you take the word Loeb and just throw that into any AI image generating tool, it's not going to give you Loeb. For instance, throwing Loeb into Deep AI gave me Loblab, and just some street image, watery, if you will. Throwing it into Night Cafe provided me this image. It looks kind of ethereal, almost looks like a great little wallpaper, if you will. But that's not Loeb. There's no elements of that face anywhere at all in this. And of course, in Crayon, which was formerly DALL-E 2, Loeb gave me these people performing in a concert. Okay, so again, the faces are a little bit disfigured, but that's something to be expected from DALL-E anyways. The faces never came out that well on this artificial intelligence anyways.
Now, this video is from a year ago, so just imagine like how
That would be-
we all know how quickly AI, how much quicker or how fast it gets better, right? It
Yeah.
gets better, and like by the time you make a video and you turn around and about AI, you turn around, it's gotten better by the time you go to make another video. Like it could be the next
Oh,
day.
yeah.
So
Of course.
According to Super Composite, there were some elements of crossbreeding images of Loeb with other images of Loeb, and you can even see some beautiful actual imagery. So again, with the power of negative prompt, you can start to see Loeb represented, even if it's not directly in the face, you can see elements of that negative prompt replicated within other AI art forms. So clearly there's like this darker part of the artificial intelligence, or how it's perceived the data set and how it's actually perceived these negative traits. And it all sort of bleeds into this one character, just constantly referenced. That's where the
is that Loeb right here? That kind of looks
I
like it.
don't know.
It kind of looks like it.
It
What a
looks
terrible
like
name.
it looks just as much like Boogie from Sinister as it does Loeb. From this distance, it also could that from some, I don't know. It was
Hold on, didn't
just
Boogie
a
from
figure with long
Sinister-
hair.
What's the red and black face thing, right? That looked like a cracked out what's the dude from Star Wars? We lost Austin. Austin, come back, Austin. Well, snap. Well, looks like the AI demon got Austin. Austin, are you back? Yeah, let's see. Hey, yeah, that's what you get for talking
just
shit about
booted
the AI
something,
demon,
booted.
bro. That's what you talk. That's what
right.
you get. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
you
not
get.
as good as Sinister. It's not as good as Boogie or
Well, that's
the
what
one
I'm
demon
saying.
from.
So, who's like what's the
You're thinking of Insidious.
Oh, I am, ain't I? Shit, you're right. Oh yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Sinister, yes. Yeah, okay, I got it. Got it. Hey, but I noticed something while I was looking at
Yeah,
this.
that's the one where
Look
you
up,
made the kids like make a home video.
right, right. Look at this. This looks like little bodies floating up in the air. It's like a body or a limb part or a limb body part.
Like
I don't know
a
what's going on
rapture of children.
or something like bloody kids or something. It's fucking
That looks
weird.
maybe more extraterrestrial than demon.
Oh, now that I'm looking at it, this looks like it's upside down. Whatever this is, right here, right here. This
Huh.
looks, yeah, that
So
looks
they're like
upside
standing
down.
on the ceiling or the roof or Huh.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like to me
Interesting.
when I'm looking at it. Okay, anyways,
persistence seems to be coming from, as far as I've been able to understand and research into this. You can see even in images where Loeb shouldn't be seen, you can see that same person,
Lobeness.
all right, same triangular rough cheeks, and of course that same older character. This is the trait, the negative trait. This is what's optimized in this specific situation. Now, in this point, people understood that generally for Loeb to exist, these prompts have to be reaching into some latent space. And that latent space, when it's specifically tapped into, can get into images that look absolutely horrific.
That is pretty horrific. That's like body horror. That looks like some body horror type, like a horror movie.
Like this one. And then, of course, there's images where downlight looks absolutely.
Yeah, that's the juicy one there. That's rough. That right there is like, that is nightmare fuel right there, bro. Like, looks like there's a mouth inside of its mouth. It's got like teeth.
I got
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus. Okay.
Cheers.
creepy. Like the way that the skin here is presented. This is not just the older person, but you can see that if you look at it real quick. Again, it's like one of those images where you squint your eye and like all those images tend to look the same because their general like pattern just sort of gets together. Maybe to me, it's because that it's a human face and it's just a human like older woman. I'm just constantly seeing it through these images.
I don't know how you get like a human older woman out of this. This does not look like a human older woman on the left here. That's messed. Like, that's kind of messed up right there.
Nah.
I mean, this is messed up too. This
Yeah.
looks like some cartoon. Well, I mean, that looks like some cartoon shit too. But anyways,
Images. There's definitely
Looks
that
all
element
messed
of a
up.
bias from somebody like me looking into it. But of course,
that looks like a ball sack right there. Sorry, that's it. That's like a scrotum over there.
it's hard to deny that that lobeness, I guess, whatever the verbiage is in this case, doesn't actually seem to persist through all of these negatively reinforced prompts. I think these ones are the better ones right over here too.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. See, but this is like what you would think. Like if I asked an AI to produce an image of a little ghost girl, this one on the right is what I would expect to get right here. This on the
Yeah.
left, I don't know what's up with that, but this on
Maybe
the
if I was
right,
doing like a Madam, whatever that girl from Haunted Mansion movies, the girl in the crystal ball.
I hadn't seen that.
You haven't seen the Haunted Mansion movies?
I don't.
There's
think
two
so.
of them.
I don't think so.
Have you ever been to Disney
Like for instance, in different
World?
styles.
Hell no, I never go to Disney World. I ain't trying to get fondled.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't trying to go to
My
Disney
Lord.
World, bro. Disney World's like in my
Ain't
I
nobody
think
wants your ain't nobody wants your
Disney World
45-year-old ass now.
Disney World is like it seems like that would be hell to me, man. You know, that would be
It's
hell to
not
me.
fun
I
as
know what
an
hell is
adult.
like. Huh?
Well, depends on because Colleen had a lot of fun. Colleen enjoyed it.
Yeah, they told her not to tell anybody.
As an
They
adult,
were like,
I'm
this
like,
is our little secret. Don't tell anybody. We'll come and get you. We'll send Loeb after you.
You can see lobeness.
I would be
in
more
between
afraid
these
of
two
them
images
sending
as
like
well,
Mickey
too.
after me or
Whether it be
something.
this like older looking like alien type character or this like girl character here too. You can literally just start to see like
Yeah, there
some
you go.
element
This is way
persisting,
better.
some like real negative, darker aspect of artificial intelligence is persisting and bleeding through no matter what prompt you make, as long as it's weighted negatively. And of course, the interesting image out of this latent space came out to be one of the first creepypasta
Yeah, that's
characters.
pretty scary.
Obviously, before AI, we had Jeff the Killer, the Rake. When you're looking into this latent space, Supercomposite built a lot of images or prompted a lot of images that came across like dead children and like, dead women in the most disfigured ways possible. Just what?
Yeah, these two right here, bro. I'm seeing these a lot. These two depictions of Loeb, I guess, is what you would
One
say.
image, for instance, absolutely sticks with me too. It's images of children and Loeb, and of course, their faces are so horribly disfigured that no matter what you see,
It kind of looks like a mangled, like a Christmas photograph of disfigured people.
you'll always notice a lobe in these images too. But again, these traits, and when you're introducing negative prompt weights, of course, you're going so far away from something. But again, when you go far away from that prompt that you're making, it eventually leads you to this one place where everything bleeds into this darker character.
Oh yeah, that's going there. Extreme gore warning: the Angel Hallway plus Loeb also produced art with such copious gore that probably very few people want to see them, but here are two. I don't feel comfortable posting the most disturbing ones. Borderline snuff images of dismembered screaming children. Wow. Austin, did you turn your camera off?
Yeah, just briefly.
Oh, I just
In some cases,
see
these
it.
images I have
if you were still there or whatever.
Yeah.
to block,
I
but
had to
there's
get
so
up
many
for
where
sure.
like you see body parts missing, blood everywhere. There's an image of like just a severed head belonging to, I don't even know if this is an adult or a human or a child or something. It's some absolutely decrepit, scary shit. So in this case, when I'm looking at Loeb, a lot of these
So Tim says here, AI is tapping into the spiritual realm and retrieving and producing what we can't see in the spiritual realm itself. Or is AI tapping into the human consciousness, sort of, and producing things that we are terrified of, or things that it has to know that you're going for a creepy looking image, right? When you put in the prompt. So it's a good question. It's a good point there. Tim says, after retrieving and producing for one to see, the physical comes to life within ones who act on it. Yeah, and that's kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week. Yeah.
Well, I guess the difference is that, like, with like Slender Man or with other creepypastas, like, we're talking about something actually being seen and affecting, like causing kids to go and kill their friend or try to kill their friend, whatever. But like this so far, as of right now, it seems to be limited to AI image generators.
But we're not talking about kids that saw something and made them go kill a friend. We're talking about kids that used that as an excuse to, like as
it's
whatever.
CGI.
Yeah, but it's
there's a difference between CGI imagery. You're like telling it what to create.
Created by people, though, right? AI is taking what people have created.
Computer generated imagery.
Right. But CGI, we use CGI. Like, we traditionally have used computers to create.
Yeah, but this would definitely be the.
It's definitely
wouldn't this
in the same
technically
category,
be the
but
definition of computer generated imagery? Because this is a computer program generating the imagery. It's just on its own instead of us using it.
Not historically, no. This would not be the same thing, because this is a learning program that's actually doing it. So it's AI generated art. It's not computer generated.
What is AI?
Computer, you said AI is artificial intelligence. So it learns
a computer.
No, it's a program. It's not a computer. There is no physical place where AI sits. It is software that has been built to learn and to
and how do you access it? On a computer
or a phone or a tablet
computer
or
a computer,
whatever. Yeah, but
that's all computers, man.
No, look, I'm a fucking artist, dude. Look, so like when you're talking about CGI historically, you're talking about me sitting down with Adobe Photoshop and creating digital art, or not Photoshop, but Premiere Pro, right? And
so it's not human generated CGI, it's AI generated CGI.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
At the end of the day, it's not like I mean, if the AI program were to control a robot and actually paint something or even like anything outside of that, then I would consider it like actually, that would be impressive. But like,
I'm not saying that AI. I'm not saying that AI isn't
a program. Then
art. I'm not saying AI isn't computer generated art. I'm saying it's not the traditional same equivalent to CGI as we know it.
Times are changing, brother.
Well,
times are changing.
Before the past 5 years, CGI was always something that people did. Now we do use AI to assist in CGI, right? Like to assist in CGI created movies and stuff like that. You use it to fill in the blanks because it's a lot easier to run the footage through AI and say, hey, correct the background on this.
Well, right, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's still CGI, so that's why, like, I can't ever look at an AI generated image and be creeped out, because when you see, I know it's not just CGI, but there's a difference. It's not real. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's never going to be real looking enough to me, because at the end of the day, I know it's still a computer generated image or an AI generated image. It's not like when you see videos of people getting their heads cut off, and you personally have witnessed people die, like, how can that shit kind of scare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like
I'm
it's
not
not
saying it
real.
scares me. It doesn't scare
Huh?
me. It doesn't scare
Right.
me
Okay.
personally.
Okay. All right. Two times. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say.
It
I
scares
was
me.
starting to question you a little bit there, buddy.
I don't know why.
It's
I don't
like,
know why.
damn, you little scary boy.
I don't know why you're questioning me
You're
all of a
talking
sudden.
about it being nightmare fuel.
It is nightmare fuel. It's a scary looking
Makes
picture
us
to think about, just
a little
like
bit
in like a movie. So you're gonna tell me that nothing is scary at
dumb.
all? Nothing's like you can't tell the difference between like a
It's hard to
demon.
scare me anymore.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Images that are coming out are from Midjourney AI,
Okay,
some of them at least.
With
And
scary
the
movies,
real
it's
answer
hard to
to it,
scare
when
me
we ask the
anymore.
question,
Well, no shit, you're an adult, but I'm just saying, like, let's say you have a damn, let's say you got a damn sleep paralysis demon, right? You see this
Never
thing,
experienced it.
well, there you go. Maybe you need to.
See, I still need to experience
Why
the
is this
power of
happening?
God and the power of hell. I don't know. I need to experience both of it.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
No fear, bro.
reality is we really don't have an actual proper explanation as to why the artificial intelligence is looking and creating lobes when given negative weight prompts. It really is something that has sort of sparked up and got a lot of popularity in the last few days, specifically with how much it's spreading on social media. But of course, the explanation beyond how an artificial intelligence works.
You know, I don't think I've ever been like, there's only been maybe one time that I've really been afraid during an investigation or anything. Like maybe one time that I was truly afraid. And looking back on it, there was nothing to even be afraid of. It was just like a mental type haunting where it like a psychological haunting. So it would mess with your psyche, you know, it'd make you made you nervous for no reason, you know, paranoid.
Fucking with you clearly.
Right, but you don't realize it at the time. You don't realize it when you're doing it. It's afterward. And that's kind of the problem with paranormal. Like when something's really
Well, don't
getting
they call that
being,
oppression?
well, I think oppression is generally seen as like a more like a time over time type thing, but I guess it could be like
Yeah, but like when you think about what oppression is, it's like basically because like even in the stages of what they call a demonic possession, and I'm not even trying to relate it that way, but I'm just using the term for the reference.
oppression
But like oppression is right before you go
Right.
into possession because like at that point you're starting to fuck with your head.
Yeah,
It's starting
oppression.
to mess with your mind at that point.
Right, oppression. Oh yeah, Tim says
Because that's how it opens you up for possession, right?
Tim says come investigate with us in the woods.
Nah, I'm good.
Scared, right? For Austin, to make him scared. Yeah, we're gonna fuck with you, Austin.
Actually, you know what?
We're gonna send you loose in the woods by yourself, and we're just gonna fuck with you and be like, "No, bro, it's ghosts."
Hey, you know what? If I got my pistol on me, I'm good.
You can't shoot demons.
Well, no, but you know what? If I experience a demon out in the woods, I'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
If I experience a demon ever,
if I experienced a demon out in the woods, it would be surprising. Well, no shit. No, like it's like every time you go out in the woods, you don't really see a demon, do you? That'd be the only way it wouldn't surprise you. It's like, oh, it's just a demon.
Well, I don't expect to see a demon hardly anywhere.
Demon? Well, obviously, no. I've never seen a demon.
I've never even. I don't even think I've ever like come close to a demon.
Never even on mushrooms have I seen a demon with my eyes.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's
I've
true,
never
though.
been. I've never tripped on mushrooms before, so like I wouldn't know.
I never really had
not
any. Ooh, I'm looking at a purple dragon type trips, so I don't know.
Isn't that like heroin? Like you can never catch it, but it's always right there.
Chasing the dragon, but I don't think you. Maybe you do see a dragon. I don't know, but that's heroin. But I'm talking about like or elephant. Yeah, it's like a hallucination illusion.
Or it's a metaphor for like you're always chasing that high that you never
Well, I'm
feel
not
like you're
talking
gonna
about
get.
that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually like thinking you're looking at a pink elephant in
Yeah,
right in front of you.
that'd be like some
I've never had that
acid
kind of no.
LSD.
I've no never had it. No, I mean I've done it. I've done it, but I've never like when I was younger. I did it. I think I would probably die now if I tried any of that. Like that's crazy stuff. But I still never saw things like that. You know.
Well, but everybody reacts to shit differently. So like, I've seen like there was a time I tried salvia when I was a kid, and I did not react to the others I've seen salvia, which can they stand up and run away and like think that they're doing some crazy shit. But like I sat in a chair and I stayed in a chair for 10 minutes. So like I don't think people are affected differently by the drugs. It depends on like the person themselves, yeah.
The
Plus,
one
I
time,
imagine like especially if you're tripping, you would want to be in like a state of mind because like if you're in a bad state of mind, then probably not.
you're breaking up really bad. I don't know what you're doing over there. It's making you break up really bad. It sounded like you were personally. If you said personally, if you were stripping. Anyways,
No, what I said was like if you're tripping, like I feel like everybody has different trips. You know what I mean? And like if you're in a bad state of mind, your trip
yeah,
would
you have a bad
probably
trip,
bad.
right?
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad trip if you're in a bad state of mind. So
Well,
like
I
I
don't
feel
know. I
like
think it's
everybody's experiences could be
also your
different.
environment. It's also like your environment. Like,
That's a good point too.
yeah, it's like who you have
Where
around
you were
you,
at, who you're with,
people you're with, like song
the
that's
vibes you're
playing.
getting.
Right.
Yep.
No, yeah, that's true. But yeah, even then, I've never seen something, even not like evil, non-evil. I've never seen a non-evil hallucination when I'm tripping, like something right in front of me, like I'm talking to it, but nobody else sees it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Never had that. I've heard
I've had
about
that
it.
happen once, but not from a drug trip. I actually saw something like
Oh yeah, me too. I was gonna
Higginsport.
say that, but it wasn't a spirit. I don't think it was a spirit. But I have hallucinated. One time I can remember that I hallucinated, and I saw what's his name? Oh my god, it's right there. Okay, so the one time I hallucinated, I saw Magnum PI. It was when I was a kid. Magnum PI. What's his real name? It's gosh dang.
I don't even know.
Hold on. We gotta do that again.
I feel like that might have been before my time.
Yeah, it definitely was.
You were an '80s kid. Well, you were an '80. You were born in the '80s, right?
Tom Selleck. Holy crap, Tom Selleck. So okay,
Okay. Tom Selleck.
yeah. So Tom Selleck, right? So I'm like, I guess I was maybe 13. I think I was 13, and I was
Mm-hmm.
sick. I had a strep throat, and I had a high fever.
Oh
And
shit.
yes, Hawaiian shirt, man. So I had a really high fever, and I was like 13. I don't remember anything about having the fever except I remember laying there, and I remember it sucked. But I looked over at my door. Somebody knocked on the door and just opened the door, and I looked over, and Tom Selleck walks in, and I played football at the time, right? I might have been 12. So Tom Selleck walked. I was missing like football practice. So Tom Selleck walks in, and he had like a box, a cardboard box, and it was full of football pads and a helmet. And I was like, Magnum PI, and then he just sets the box down in the floor. He winks at me, and then he leaves. I know that story could have went a different direction, but yeah, he just sits the box.
But that sounds like exactly how Tom Selleck would be.
It does kind of. It does. It
Does
does.
that not?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds a lot like
Dad in all aspects, man.
Right.
Like as he got older with mustache and everything, dude.
Yeah, but back then,
He's a
I mean,
dad.
when I was 12, that was
That's a
92.
dad.
That was 92, bro. That was 1992.
Yeah,
Like he was still young and
yeah.
Magnum peon it up, I guess. I don't know if he was in 92, but he was still in a lot of stuff. No, it looks like the show went to 1988, but that shit was still on TV like every single day, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, and that mustache, man, that's a majestic mustache that man has. I think to this day,
Tom Selleck makes the mustache look real good.
that is a majestic.
That's a man's mustache.
Lives on his upper lip. Yeah, so
That's a
Carolina
man's
Paranormal
mustache. That's
says
a true
fever
man's mustache.
hallucinations are crazy. Yes, they are crazy. That's the most intense hallucination I've ever had in my life, and I have done like mushrooms and acid and that stuff. Never did DMT. I hear DMT is a crazy thing to do, and like that you will actually encounter um other entities, right? Like when you're doing
Yeah,
when
I've
you're
read
under
that too, actually.
yeah, and that's crazy, man. Like because that's kind of what we're all looking for, right? We're looking
Mhm.
that seems like that's the paranormal, holy grail is to find something that's not there, but it is there. Talk to it, and it talk back to you, and you can see it, and it can see you, and it's fully understood. And that's crazy, dude. That's
Basically
crazy.
shaking a ghost hand,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
Like
not
shaking
even
an entity's hand, basically.
an entity, not necessarily. It wouldn't be a ghost. I don't think. I think they call them demons. Actually, a lot of people who have met them, but they're not
Well,
like
see, when I use the term entity as a vague term
me
for
too,
like
me too. An entity,
an energy or something that we can't give a name to,
right? No, I got that, but I'm talking
that's
when
what
I
I use it
say
for.
not like a ghost. I mean, or a spirit. I mean, not like an image of a deceased, loved one or something like that, or a
Right,
person.
right.
Anyway, Carolina Paranormal says they had a fever hallucination when they were a kid. Saw two midgets at the top of a mountain with pickaxes. That is that's
That's
a fever
epic.
dream. That's a good one, though, dude.
That's epic. That's
That's a
epic. I'm sorry. That's a good one.
yeah, and so a fever dream to me, a fever hallucination was different than like a regular nightmare, right? Because in your nightmares
Mhm.
that or your dreams, just period, a lot of times it feels real, but it's very similar to the way if you've ever watched the AI generated video, it's very similar to
Mhm.
that. It's just kind of like you'll go from being in this one situation, it just morphs kind of into another situation and different people. And you don't actually witness the morph, you just know that it happened. You know that you're in this situation now. It's very weird for me. And yeah, but like a fever dream, it was like I was just laying there in my bed, just normally watching TV. But then all of a sudden, this physical thing happens in the room. That's weird. So, anyways,
The only fever dream I remember was when I had the chicken pox, and I remember like I was hearing voices like all day. I was hearing my name being called by all kinds of different things, and I didn't know where
voices
it was coming from. It freaked me out.
when you were having a fever,
Yeah, I had chicken pox,
that is weird. Chicken pox. I had chicken pox too.
and I think I had a fever because of the chicken pox or something. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think some kids get sick from it. I don't remember
Yeah,
being
I
sick
remember.
myself. I just remember having I don't remember being sick. I just remember I had to stay home from school.
Uh, so I feel like just like before, it depends. Every kid is different, probably.
Nah, they're all the same. They're all little assholes.
The U.S. government thinks so, and the U.S. Board of Education thinks so.
Yeah, they're assholes, but I love them. So what's so yeah, so internet demons or not, sorry, AI demons. Yeah, it could be
In this
internet
case?
also.
Well, it really depends on what's going on with the code, what's going on with it, how it's learning, what it's doing from the data sets. Because when it's constantly given prompts, things are changing all the time. And how lobe exists and how it permeates is how the AI understands negative weights to be. What does it consider negative traits? What is the polar opposite of a lot of these prompts? The start of
You see, and that's kind of crazy. I don't know what's kind of more sinister about this, or it's not really sinister. Trippy kind of trips me out when you think about it. I don't know what the trippier thing about this AI demon, idea is. Is it that like the idea that somehow the supernatural, these malevolent, it's hard to say that word sometimes, malevolent um entities could like um get into our technology, right, and then use that via or for means to oppress us, or to whatever, right, like or fuck with you like a demon would, right? Like why did demons fuck? Why did they pick you to fuck with? Like
I do believe that they could, because the internet is a place. The internet in general, it's a place that really doesn't, like you said, it has no physical place, and the AI
right.
is based out of the internet.
Hey, Carol
But
Garcia.
so I do believe that it's possible that a demon could have figured out a way to jump into the internet and use the internet as a means to get to people. And so maybe in that sense, this lobe is that in particular. However, I feel like the more people are looking for lobe, yeah, it's going to keep popping up, because at some point it's going to learn that this is what people want to see. Because
Yeah,
that's AI. That's what happens,
you're breaking
right?
up and slowing down on us a little bit.
Ah, how's this?
That's
Any
better.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
So
What are
I
you?
said, how much did you hear?
I think we
Huh?
heard we got the most of it, but you can go ahead and say it again if you don't mind.
I don't even remember most of it, but I said that I do believe that demons could. There could be entities that could figure out how to jump into the internet, of course, right? And
Mhm.
then also use the internet as kind of a means to get to individuals that are open to it, that spend a whole lot of time on the internet, and they would be easy targets. However, I mean, I think, yeah, this woman lobe could be I mean, I think it's
I don't
possible,
think it's a
but I
woman,
would say
but
it's more likely that the AI is learning across the board, because even if you disconnect it to the internet, it's already been connected to the internet, and it's gathered all that data already. And
yeah.
so anytime somebody, now at this point especially, anytime somebody uses the term LOAB, or they spell that out in their prompts and like whatever else,
You're gonna get those pictures.
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the same thing. So like, we can't just sit there and say, oh yeah, now it's become an entity. No, it's not. It doesn't. I don't know. I think at that point, yeah, now you're creating it out of nothing. But I still don't think that that's necessarily its own entity. I think
What
it's a
if?
computer
Hold on.
learned thing.
Okay. So what if this is something? Going back to what I said in the beginning. What if this? Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. This is pure speculation. I don't actually, and who knows, right? This is just a crazy idea.
Yep.
What if the same way demonic summoning type rituals, ceremonies, spells, whatever has been used historically in the occult, right? So you
Yeah.
got like a whole range of different methods that people have used for thousands of years to summon demons. King Solomon is a popular example of summoning demons, and he would like make them do crazy stuff just to
Wasn't
kind
he
of.
trying to do like necromancy?
That's what he got in trouble for.
Yeah.
That's
That's what.
why he got in trouble with God, for going to the witch Endora, and
Yeah. I don't know if it
and
was necessarily demonic, or more or less he
I
was
don't
just
think it was
playing around,
demonic.
which he
No, no,
shouldn't
no.
have.
He was trying
He
to
may have messed
learn.
with demons and shit too. Yeah.
He was trying to
But I
learn the
feel like he was
future.
more than just the demons, wasn't he?
No, that was his main thing. He was wise, but like he's like the best king
I thought
ever.
it was more just like magic in general, like black
No,
magic,
it was
even
no, it wasn't. Well, I mean, what's magic, right? So like back then,
spells,
magic to
incantations, all
them,
that stuff.
that they just use their own stuff, man. That's where magic comes from. A lot of people don't understand that, but esoteric knowledge, that's what all of our magic is rooted in, like all the way back. It could be any religion of at any point. They all had their own incantations and rituals, spells. They all
Mhm.
had their own form of magic. A lot of them have a lot of parallels, but anyway, that's what this could be. This could be a modern um, technological kind of summoning ritual to bring forth demons, for a lack of a better way to put it. Like it's not like it hasn't been done. Aleister Crowley did it. I think one of his famous summonings was the headless god, the where he had like a whole spell, a ritual. It was
Did he actually summon it?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I don't know. Maybe he freaking did. There were no cameras, right? So like nobody documented it. As
I tend to
scary as
doubt it.
that seems, you doubt it? Well, we haven't seen videos of
Yeah.
it, but we know he did it, and it was a long
Well,
time
I
ago.
doubt
So
it as
video's
much. I
lost
believe
wasn't
it as
great.
much as I believe that the dude that came up, Joseph Mormon or whatever his name was, or Joseph Smith, the dude that
Joseph
created. I
Smith.
believe that I believe Andrew Crowley summoned a demon or anything as much as
Aleister
I
Crowley.
believe that Joseph Smith found golden tablets in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have said that. Oh, well.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he did. Yeah, you shouldn't have said that because I mean, well, I don't know. You don't know. He might have.
I would assume that Mormons don't watch our show, but I
They
mean,
might.
I don't know. I have
Well, I
opinions.
don't.
So
I'm just saying, like, you can't discount religions just because
I'm
you
not discounting
choose.
religions
You can't discount.
necessarily.
I mean, that's where all this comes from, right? So you have to
Yeah,
like you
that's
believe in
true.
ghosts. You believe in then you obviously have
I
some
don't
sort of.
necessarily believe in ghosts either. So,
Well, whatever you believe, if you believe there's something there in front of you that's
mhm,
intelligent and can speak back
something.
back and forth to you, then you believe
Mhm.
that there's something on the other side, which
Yeah,
indicate which all that
I
is kind of.
apologize, Mormons.
Well, no, I'm
I
not
do.
saying I'm not
I
saying
do
it's anything
apologize. I wasn't meaning to make a joke out of your religion. I'm not trying to say that. This was my
I'm
own.
just saying to downplay any kind of religious belief
Right.
system. Especially, I kind of look at it like I'm not talking about like your cult down the street that there's
Well, I
like
don't believe in any religious belief system, really. I'm like Ricky
I
Gervais
do.
or George Carlin. I'm a George Carlin fan. I love George Carlin. He speaks
I'm
the
a
truth.
George Carlin fan too, but I don't agree with him religiously, and he's dead,
Well,
so
yeah,
I'm sure he knows what's going on
he
now.
probably knows what's actually going on, doesn't he?
Right, and if he knows, then that means he was wrong.
Or he was absolutely right. We don't know until we get over there.
So, uh, Carolina Paranormal. Hold on. Okay, we got Brian says, or it makes a popular influencer, but in a VTuber form and builds a following like Antichrist. Then bam. Yes. Yeah. So
Now
like
that is
it could
possible.
be. I don't think
But that's
you
what I
know
was saying earlier, though.
well
I do believe that the that demons could or
VTuber
entities
form.
could.
I don't think anybody's gonna. I don't think there's gonna be any VTubers that are gonna be in danger of being the Antichrist. Though, have you watched those
What's
guys?
VTube?
VTubers are they're video
Yeah.
game streamers, but they instead of having their camera up like what we have right here, they'll have like their little anime avatar down here in the corner, and it's
Oh,
like
okay. I see.
it's like talking and moving around just like them. It uses their camera to like. Anyways,
Gotcha.
so they have
Okay.
this whole other little character down here, and that's their yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do love VTubers, but it's mostly kids, and that's not. I'm not discounting that. Kid energy is strong, man, and like there's a lot of that shit out there concentrated on the internet nowadays, dude. And
Well, it's the next generation, man. They're the ones that
right.
are going to be running our country eventually.
Yeah, and they're actually born into all this stuff here.
Mhm.
Carolina Paranormal
We were
says I
not.
believe Crowley was a Freemason also. Yeah, he probably was, man.
That
A lot
is,
of
I
people
mean,
that you wouldn't think are Freemasons. I got a buddy at work that's Freemason, and I
I've
don't know if
been
he like
interested
goes to
in it.
meetings or anything anymore. I think most of them don't get the actual nitty gritty of it though. You know, most of the Freemasons that are part of Freemasonry, you know, I think it's the dudes on the higher levels. You know, the
Like
higher
Scientology?
what are they
Like
Freemasons?
Scientology?
What are the?
Like
Oh,
you have to get so high to like
you're
figure out
saying it's similar to Scientology? Sure.
like hierarchy.
Yeah, but they're
Like you have
always
to
some
be
weird
high
shit though, ain't
level in
they?
order to
I'll
find
hate
out
on
certain
Scientology
information.
because fuck that. I'll hate on Scientology. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that.
That's okay to hate on. All
Yeah,
right.
Brian. Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. Yeah, yeah. You have a point. You have a point. All kinds of
Mm-hmm.
lures them in. Next thing you know, they're dressing up like furry, and they're requesting a litter box.
It sounds like a lot of things in the real world, but anyways,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's where that's how it's
it's all
influenced
demons.
kids,
It's
man.
all demons.
Yeah.
Everybody's out there saying, "Oh no, none of this is. There's no such thing as demons, or demons are not out there. Everything is demons. Every little bit of it. Every thought you have is a demon."
I don't think that's the case.
Well, that isn't that like. But I'm just kidding. That's like an exaggeration of it. But I know that like in Scientology, there's like a whole bunch of like a lot of our emotions and negative stuff. A lot of it comes from the spirits of aliens or something like that.
That's a demon right there. I don't care what you say.
Now, see, if we start seeing her pop up like on computers or in phones randomly, like we didn't use the program and she just like pops up on our background screen or something, like then I'll
I'm
be
not
more
saying it. I'm
convinced.
not saying
That'd
it's
be convincing.
I'm not saying it's gonna go out and possess everybody. I'm just saying, you know, like it's well, I would assume it's just this is a new medium for evil to exist in.
I would imagine it would work. It would want to function like a virus.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This is a new medium, like technology, and our connection to it is like a whole other. It's like it opened new doors for anything that wants to influence us. I'm not saying it's a demon or any of that. It could be just any sort of entity that's been here historically, if they or you know interacts with us, if that's a thing. And I don't know. It could be possible for them to. This could be a new medium, a new door for them to get to us. But who knows?
I think it's yeah. I mean, maybe another one added on to the
Oh
hundreds
my
of
God,
other doors or the
Brian,
thousands of other doors
Brian,
that
you
are
just
open.
Brian, you just freaking tripped me out, dude. Control Alt throw the computer out the window. That's the command you need right there, man. Not no Control Alt F4, Control Alt Delete. Hell no. Just Control
Is
Alt
that
throw it
like
out the
the
window.
modern version of burning the Ouija board? People thinking that
Oh
burning the
shit.
Ouija board fixes it. I don't know.
Well, they thought burning zombies would kill the zombies, but it just made more zombies. Linda Morrison says, I just want a month of no. I just wanted to leave you thinking about that one. I just want a month of no connectedness. That's a word to each other. And I'm not. That's a word to say. That's a lot of wordage to each other.
Connectedness to each other. Yeah, I get
Connectedness.
what
It
you're
is a
saying.
word. I'm just saying. To each other across the globe and force people
I'd say
to be
connection
on
to
their
each
own
other.
for a bit. Yeah, yeah. But you know, my biggest thing, my biggest reason why I normally get my phone out is because I can't think of somebody's name. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh man, who's that actor, bro, that was in that movie? And somebody I'm talking to is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. I'm like, you know, man, the guy that was in the movie. And they're like, no, there's a lot of guys in movies. So you're like, hold on, you get your phone out and you Google that shit.
There's a lot of guys in movies, man.
There is a lot of guys in movies. I know.
It's like that guy with the yellow hair in that one movie.
But then every time I go to look up like who was this guy in this movie, Loab comes up.
Now, see, that would start to freak me out. Now, then I would have a genuine concern
Well, you
that we
did
may
see,
have a fucking real demon in our hands.
well, you did see what just happened, right? Like with the Google thing, right? Like the courts ruled that they were an illegal monopoly.
Yeah.
So now they're what do they call it? A convicted monopoly.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to start breaking up their search engine, right? Which is ran kind of by an AI, sort of. They even have AI like mixed in with it now. So,
See, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Now they're just going to make it more difficult for us to use Google.
I don't think they're not getting rid of Google. They're just
no, but it's going to be a lot more difficult because now if they're going to break it all up, how are you going to break up a search engine? The whole point of a search engine is to have it all in one.
No, it's because it's not going to be broken up like that. Like other companies are going to be able to develop other search engine. I don't know how they're gonna what they're gonna do to them about it, but I just know that that's the idea, is to allow. See, because monopoly, like illegal monopolies, stifle innovation, right? So if you were to dominate a market and control a market, then you would be able to stifle the technology and advances in that market because you own the market. So that's the point of doing it. So I guess the punishment would have to line up.
I mean, well, I understand the whole monopoly thing. I'm just unsure of what
saying, it's not. I don't think they're not going to make them break Google. You still have Google, I think. If you want to just use Google.
I meant how would they break up the search engine?
Is that no, they're not going to break up. It's not this. It's just that other companies are forced to use Google or Chrome as their base of their search engine, right? So basically most of the other search engines you use out there, like the ones that come standard on your phone, will be tied to that Chrome search engine.
There's Bing, there's DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, but nobody fucking uses Bing. Who fucking uses Bing, dude? Who uses? Well, that makes sense.
Rebel.
That's not a rebel. That's just that's even more standard than Chrome, bro. Like you can't. That's what comes with your Internet Explorer. Anyways, let's see.
I don't know what kind of phones you're using. Mine usually come with.
I used to enjoy Dogpile as a search engine. Never heard of Dogpile.
Dogpile. Ask Jeeves was another one.
Elon's making his own search engine. Yeah, and as far as AI goes, you also on X you have Grok, which now I'll use Grok if I'm going to use Chat GPT. Well, I like Chat GPT still, but I'm definitely not using Gemini or whatever for.
Oh yeah, the Google. Yeah, I don't use it.
No, I would use Grok.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina Paranormal says, with all the ghost hunting apps out there, do you think they use AI at all?
No, not yet.
I don't think so. I don't.
Not yet. It's too expensive.
Yeah, the actual.
Trust me, I'm looking into it.
Yeah, to actually license, because you have to make it if you want
you have to get a plugin.
Yeah, right. You have to make You have to make a plugin, and you have to get.
Or you buy a plugin.
You have to
get. You could buy a plugin and have it plugged into your software.
And then you have to get. Well, I'm talking about something that was.
Yeah, that's license. You'd have to buy the licensing rights to get the plugin, but you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Right, you can do that, and there's way you can go on there and create your own and make your own, whatever. But then you got to pay them, and then you're going to charge for the app. But I mean, what is AI gonna? that's a good question. That's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. I know we were kind of talking about that anyway, and we've only got a few more minutes, but we'll finish up with this. So,
Okay.
with all the ghost hunting apps out there, do you think they use AI at all? So, I think some of them use like a learning thing, right? Like but it's basic stuff like where you're at, like locate. Some of them do. I think I've seen a couple that will use your microphone, and it's not really AI more than it
That's not
is.
necessarily AI though.
It's not AI. I guess you could say it's a simple form of AI, but it's more like just a basic like
Like even Echo Box,
chat bot. You know what I'm
like
saying?
even
Like
Echo Box, like when it uses your microphone, it'll take in what you say, break it up, and randomize it and whatever, and
and that's
and
fine.
put it in different
Yeah.
voices and shit.
So
Which is,
Echo
I
Box
mean,
is
but
the
I wouldn't
only
even
app that
consider
I
that
use.
AI.
No, it's not AI. I would say Echo Box is a decent ITC tool, and that's a compliment because there's no other apps that I've used that um I
That's
would
a bold one
promote.
there, buddy.
I know, and I like it because you pay for it and it's yours, and you don't have to be connected to the internet to use it or none of that crap. Anyways,
Yeah.
make a search engine called Find Shit. You know what? Like, I think that could be a thing, right? Like,
Findshit.com.
well, like if you had a personal AI assistant and it knows like where you're going and what you're doing kind of all the time, if you're willing to give that up, then it would find your shit for you. It would know where you put your shit down. It would know where
It's too
if you
invasive,
wanted
man.
to like, that I know you're not talking about that, Brian, but that's an interesting. It just made me think of that, like find shit.
Mhm.
You could actually have that. But yeah, search engine called Find Shit. Yeah, find shit. I think that's Chat GPT. Chat GPT is like awesome. Yeah, I know Google can hear me. Carolina Paranormal says, okay, just wondering. I know some of them are programmed to listen to you. Yes, they are programmed. And that's what I'm saying. There's like a basic level of kind of I think
Pattern, it's recognition
yeah,
and
it's just
stuff
recognize.
like it's like a pattern recognition in the computer.
It might listen to what you're saying and transform that into words, I guess, and then use that. So
Or
that's kind
values
of
that translate towards,
yeah. Well, that's what are words. That's that's what your ears are doing. That's
Yeah.
how speech recognition works.
Well, I meant like if it picks up, like it could take your words, the speech
Yeah,
that
but
it hears, turn those
like
into numbers, and then change those numbers, translate those into different words or phrases or whatever. Could do that. I feel like that would be. I mean, you could do that.
it could, but then I mean,
That
but
would
how
actually
you?
be more legitimate than
I don't think so. I
than
think
you.
that's not
No.
very useful at all. No, because
Yeah, it's just a computer programmed. Yeah, no.
yeah, like, I don't
Really
give a
not anymore to think about it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but like that's like if you okay. So let's finish this off with this here. Um, I gotta sign in. I'm gonna go to OpenAI and I don't want to download it. Do I have to? I just want to look at it. It wants me to download it. I don't want to download it. I just want to go to the website. Oh, I know what it is. What the freak?
Probably my fault because I was making fun of Loeb.
Yeah, it's doing some weird stuff.
Does that mean I summoned a demon?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you spoke it into existence. Yeah. So what's the difference in doing a ceremony, right? That's I don't know, based out of we'll say an ancient Egyptian ceremony to summon a demon. How about that?
Yeah.
And what's the difference in that and then some computer nerd doing it, basically through code on their freaking computer, right? So that's kind of like the modern day equivalent of that.
I disagree. All right.
It's crazy. I don't see how you don't see the correlation there.
Because I feel like code is written and created artificially. It's not like a naturally. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that any of this is natural anyway, but like when you're talking about something from ancient peoples, it was definitely natural. Wasn't anything like computers these things. It's like something they did with their own incantations and frequencies, whatever they used.
Did you just make like
I don't know. There's a difference to me, and I still want to keep the separation between a computer and real life. There's a difference, in my opinion.
Okay.
Anything that's like programmed or coded, it's never going to be a real life. At least I don't know yet. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, things are
Maybe
programmed into like three-dimensional thing. I can go online right now and I can create something in a 3D program, and then I can take that and I can put that in my printer and I can print that object in real life. So I think things that are digital can become real life.
But they're all still programmed by, like, they're programmed to do something specific. And it's not natural, I guess. So like, so it doesn't have like I know that we are technically all. You could even argue that we're all living in a computer program, and there's a lot of evidence it's hard to argue against that. But
okay,
I think that when we're talking about,
let's put it to the test here. All right, now I think he said that it didn't happen in open art, but I'm just gonna try it. And the way he said that it was spelled, or the way I saw it spelled was always caps. So Loab. Okay. And we're just gonna try that first.
Find out.
That's interesting. It's taking a second here. And then what the heck is this? Okay, so that's what we got.
I don't see an old woman.
I don't either. Not in that one.
Cosmo.
This is interesting, but it's definitely not
like
the
Mayan.
same. It looks more like Hindu.
Almost looks like Mayan or Aztec or something.
I think it looks kind of Hindu to me. It looks like some Hindu.
Statues have a little bit of Hindu characteristics in that too. Yeah, for sure.
With the earlobes
Elements
and
of
stuff.
Hinduism.
Hey, and look right here. This is like look, if you look up here, that's the same symbol, the open AI, open art, like the infinity symbol.
Yep, it's gonna fit it in there. It's gonna fit it in there.
That's
interesting. Is that an infinity symbol? I thought it looked like a backwards Jesus fish or something.
It looks like an infinity symbol to me.
On that it does, but up in the top left corner, it looks like a backwards Jesus fish.
All right, so let's go lobe AI demon and see what it does. Ah. That's just like a regular old demon, though. Those are Reggie Jackson.
What was the prompt? What were the prompts that guy had?
Those are Reggie Jackson demons. Like that Reggie. That's just Reggie, bro. That's not even. What's up, John?
That's not even worth my time.
That ain't even worth my time. That's that Reggie Jackson Diablo demon right there.
Where's that Reggie Bush?
That Reggie Bush.
We need that presidential shit.
Right.
George Bush.
We need them mids. Let's get them mids in here. Okay, so
That is Reg.
it is. Yeah, and I guess nowadays it is, ain't it?
Middies and Reg are the same thing.
Well, shit, I'm old school, bro. Like back in the day, it wasn't as good. I have not seen it yet, Jonathan. I have not seen the Deadpool yet. I have not, but you changed my mind. I'm gonna see it. I'm definitely gonna see it. The only thing I'm seeing in it is there's a lot of and I know it's Deadpool, so it's kind of how it's just kind of silly and kind of goes everywhere. But there's a lot of comic book, a lot of Marvel characters in there, and I'm just worrying that it's gonna cross over with the Avengers next. That's what I'm worried about. That's the only thing I'm really worried about nowadays. So, but I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I'm gonna finish with this. So this is something interesting that I noticed, or it kind of freaked me out at the time. Whenever I first started using OpenArt, and so I was like, okay, so what if I don't know, I just had the idea. What if you could like ask it, what does the spirit in the room with me look like? Like if there's
Now
a spirit,
that's
right.
interesting.
And so obviously this program has no way to know what's in the room with me or see it, but I just thought, hey, I don't know how any of this shit works, right? I don't know how ITC actually really works, so I wouldn't know how this.
Well, I mean,
So
if you're able to figure out a way to map a room or something, like sense a room in that way, I mean, maybe it could create an image based on what it detected. You know what I mean?
So this is what I'm going to type in. Show me the spirit in the room with me right now, right? And this is what I did a while back. And so let's see what we get. Drum roll, please. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, look at this.
Hold on, I'll wait till the other one. Now that one, like, I don't know what is this?
The black hole.
Mysterious ethereal spin swirling softly in the ambient light.
What?
That's what it says.
All right.
What does this one say? This one has no. What was that? And why is this like a picture of a normal person? You see this? You see this picture?
Yeah.
This is like a picture of a normal ass person
in a room. Like it looks like a bedroom of some sort.
It does look like a bedroom. You know what would be crazy if it looked like the room I was actually in?
Now, see, yeah, that would be
crazy.
A bit intense.
But look at this. Like, who is this person? I know it's AI generated, but why, if I ask for a spirit to show me like an image of a spirit, why would it just give me a normal person? That's a little bit creepier to me than it just throwing up some kind of demonic, crazy comic book image, right? Because this is what I would imagine a spirit to actually look like. And she's not like and the weird part I think is that normally when we're talking about spirits, everybody assumes that this is a spirit of a person that died in the 1800s or some shit, you know what I mean? But in reality,
Right.
I think a lot of times a lot of spirits may be fresh spirits, right? Like they just died in the past couple years, you know what I mean?
It's Brittany, bitch.
So this is this is an interesting picture. Yeah, she's pretty too. Except there's something going on with her mouth. It looks like if you look at her mouth right there, split. It looks like it's split right down her chin, and it
Is
even
what
looks like
AI does.
her tongue is jacked up too. Right. It is what AI does, but it's an interest. It looks like an injury. You know what I mean? It's not like usually AI will get faces really well, right? It'll be the fingers that it messes up, especially open art. So
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, I would say it depends on which one you use.
Well, open art normally gets faces pretty accurate. I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna use the same prompt. Dude, is that the same woman? It's not the same woman.
No, it's not. Or maybe it is. It's a different haircut or hairstyle.
Nah.
I don't know, KD. What'd you do? Summon a demon?
I don't know what to look at
Did you
right now.
summon Loeb?
What's up, Russell? This is definitely not Loeb. She's obviously, of African American descent. And the funny thing
How do you
is,
know? Maybe Loeb could be showing up as an African American woman.
it could be. And this
Yeah.
lady too. Shit, I didn't hit that. Though. I wanted to just look at it. Looks like she's also
I
of
mean, if we're
African.
gonna open up the door, let's kick it open.
Why is it always a woman, dude? I'm gonna keep doing it. Every time I
Is
ask
it
for a
fucking
spirit, it's
demon?
always a freaking
Is that
woman,
what it
dude.
is? When you
Is
ask
it
for what?
saying that women are? It's all skip. Uh oh, is this not a woman? That's not a woman. I think this guy has a third leg over here.
He has 9 fingers.
And a third leg.
Something.
That's pretty creepy. They got the American flag in the corner. What's up with that?
Is it truly an American flag?
It looks like one. I have an American flag hanging up back here behind me. Coincidence?
I think not.
I don't have a bed, and I don't have a picture of Barack Obama hanging on my wall. That's who that looks like, a picture of Barack Obama, like a fucked up Barack Obama. You see that?
It
Like a
does.
crazy
Yeah.
smile, like sick, like psycho Barack Obama, right? And then you got the flag over here too. Is that
Right.
a pistol? Is that a pistol on the counter? That's a pistol
I
on the
can't
counter.
see.
I'm
I'm only seeing this on my phone, so I can't see.
See if I can blow it up. It's gonna open with what? Photoshop? Oh god, that's gonna take forever. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about looking at that. I'm gonna do it again. So far, we've got two pictures that were very similar. And even this one is a woman. Even this one. Also a woman with black hair.
What's going on, ladies?
That's the theme here. Woman. Oh, dude, again. Again, bro.
No, that's the same lady.
What the what the
That's
hell, man?
definitely the same lady.
Why is it always the same? Or not the same lady, but a similar lady, you know?
Well, it's a what? She maybe got rid of the dreads.
I'll do it again. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Okay.
Until nobody's watching anymore, I guess.
How many we got?
There's 8 people watching right now. Thank you, 8 people.
8?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, who's this? Jonathan
Shout
Davis?
out to y'all.
It's a black Jonathan Davis.
Oh, there's a white one.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis, corn. So I have
Oh,
Black Jonathan Davis.
I was thinking of the
I
linebacker.
I mean, there might be a guy, but who cares about him? Jonathan Davis, lead singer, corn.
Mm.
That's what's up. Okay, I got a white chick this time. I don't know why it's giving me a woman every single time. Almost every single time. Well, so how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of like 6 pictures out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6 out of 10 is an image of a woman because I asked for I asked it to show me the spirit in the room with me right now. So can you use this as kind of like a little magic 8-ball type thing?
I mean,
Oh, Jonathan Davis is is attractive as this dude. Yeah, you're right, Linda. uh, see, it's showing me like most of these pictures of like they seem like I don't know. What's up, Dreamer?
Dreamer.
I mean, what else would it expect? I guess open art has the right idea, right? That spirits are just deceased humans, and it's not giving me like mangled people from car crashes and shit. So that's kind of good, unless they heard me
That's
just now.
true.
But it does keep giving me like there's obviously a pattern here. You see that one that came up? Look at this.
What?
It's Michelle Obama.
Same lady. Is that Michelle Obama?
I don't know. She has I think cheekbones, maybe
It doesn't look like Michelle Obama.
a little bit, a little bit.
Man, what are you saying? Are you saying that all black
I'm
women look like Michelle Obama?
I'm saying this lady does because of her cheeks. I didn't say the other one did. The other ones do. Let's try it again. I'm asking this thing to show me the spirit in the room with me right now. This is just open art. We were led here from talking about. Yeah, they look. Most of them, all look similar, right? Oh, and here's one without any ghosts in the room. Oh, this is the perfect one. This is the one I like because there's nobody in it.
That's right.
So if I'm asking it to show me the spirit that's in the room with me right now, and it's showing me an empty room, that means there are no spirits
Well then,
right now,
hey,
except for this is a cool looking window here.
mind blown.
Spirit.
Very cool looking window.
Let's try to elaborate on this. Show me the spirit. Let's make it like a question. Let's try that. If
Are there spirits in my room?
there is a spirit of a deceased human, let's be a little bit more specific too. In the room, if there's a spirit of a deceased human in the room with me right now, comma, show me what they look like.
Question, show me what they look like.
Oh, man, that sucks. I hit my limit. I ain't upgrading. I ain't paying for this shit. Okay, so anyways. So there's that. That's our AI talk.
Yeah.
I guess it was mostly we kind of stuck to AI, didn't we? That's good for the most
Yeah.
part. That's what we were shooting for.
Yeah,
Dude,
and I need to send you money. I need to send you money for that, by the way.
Okay.
For AI.
The AI thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get possessed, bro. I can't do it now.
Well, why? I want to.
I don't want you to get possessed, man.
I want to in the name of science.
Shy says, so you think the AI understand the concept of spirit? I don't know. That was the kind of the question. If AI has been trained by basically the internet, then why wouldn't it understand it? I mean, most of the stuff you learn from the internet, right? You want to look up stuff on ITC, you go to the internet, and if it's trained on the internet, then I don't know why it would have any less of an understanding, at least of how humans view the paranormal world, right? I don't know why it wouldn't have that understanding. Now, it may not. Now, if you ask Chat GPT, do spirits exist? It'll say there's no evidence that spirits exist. That's what it'll say, right? But if you ask it, what are some common popular beliefs about paranormal topics, it can write you an essay on it. So obviously, it knows how we understand it, but maybe the way it looks at it is going to be different than the way we look at it, and that is kind of like that's a good prompt for thinking outside of the box, right? Because uh yeah, so like, as even though AI is trained on the way we think, basically, and our, everything we've kind of said and produced art wise and everything we've put out as humans, it's trained on that, and that's kind of, it's learned based on that. Now the question is can it generate anything original, right? And then the question is, do we actually generate anything truly original? And are we not just a product of our learning experiences throughout life? So I would say that AI has just as good of an understanding about the spiritual world as most people do. I have to just
Outside of the feelings.
yeah,
Outside of
outside
actually
of
feeling and
personal
experiencing.
beliefs, right? Beliefs and experiences, right? It doesn't
Outside of
have those.
actually feeling the thing.
But there's no. If you ask most people will say they don't believe in ghosts. They've never seen a ghost. They've never experienced a ghost, and that would be similar to the way AI would look at it. I think is that it's never experienced it, or but we don't know that, because that's also has spiritual forces, I guess, kind of made their way into AI via human, interaction, right? Or we made it. So, you know, kind of in a roundabout way, you could say we kind of spoke it into existence, and that's supernatural kind of in itself, especially when it starts freaking you out and making you, it seems so human like. A lot of times, a lot of responses you'll get Chat GPT and other AI apps.
Yeah. Isn't
So
that kind of like supposed to be the point of it?
yeah, it's kind of goes back to that thing, the ghost in the machine, right? So I think it's possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would also be possible to have a digital ghost of somebody, right?
Oh yeah. They've
Like that,
already started doing that.
that's kind of what's already been there in a way, is records we've left and things, everything we do on the internet kind of leaves a presence of our presence on the internet, like we've touched it and evidence is there. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's a very interesting concept. So yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna
It is.
cut this off right here. We're at an hour and a half, and that's about where we're ending up. So that may be our target comfortable talk period of time there.
Yeah.
So, all
Yep,
right.
so-
Well, I'm KD Stafford. This is Austin Maynard. This has been the Generic Paranormal Show. We thank all y'all for coming out and listening. And make sure you go back and listen to the whole thing so you get the whole thing. It's all interesting.